6 of which share a party affiliation with the new speaker, will Boehner's agenda of less government and more fiscal responsibility actually become a reality? Congressman Larry Bucshon is a freshman Republican from Indiana who took his place in the House of Representatives just hours ago. Congressman, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You must have a lot of family there. What's going on? Did you bring everybody in?
I did, yeah. Actually, we came in a number of days ago, and we're getting accustomed to the Washington, D.C. area, and it's been a pleasure, and it's really an honor to be here. It really is.
Well, let me tell you, don't get too well adjusted, because the people who are there do crazy things. Do you think it's good that so many of you are coming in fresh from the outside, that you're really Beltway outsiders? Is that really going to help change the tone in Washington?
Absolutely, I think it will. I mean, one of the reasons I got in the race is because coming from the medical background, being a cardiovascular surgeon, I really felt like people from the private sector and really all aspects of our economy need to run for office. I mean, the founding fathers wanted diversity in the Congress. They wanted us to truly represent the American people. And I think it's a very good thing that we have a lot of new members coming from a number of different areas of our economy. Yes, I do.
Well, you brought it up, being a doctor. I want to ask you about Obamacare. Obviously, next week it's going to be challenged. Did you run because of Obamacare? Was that one of your considerations?
It was one of the many things that got me in the race. I've been interested in politics for many years. I've kept up with it. I do think the direction of health care was important in my decision. But I tell you what, also the direction the economy's been heading in, the fact that it was pretty clear the unemployment rate was continuing to rise. I also had serious concerns about the ongoing ability of the federal government to control its budget. And I think the American people are beginning, want people to come to Congress and manage our fiscal situation just like you would your own household. I mean, in your own household, you can't continue to borrow money and spend money at the rate the federal government is. So those are all the reasons why I'm in the race and we're in the race and that I'm here.
Well, you're preaching to the choir here. We keep an eye on spending, and as you guys do your work, we'll definitely be watching. But I have to follow up on Obamacare. What would you have done differently? Specifically, what did you think was wrong with Obamacare? How could it be fixed?
Well, let me say there's just a basic philosophical difference, I think, with what Obamacare stands for and what I believe needs to be done for the health care system. Everyone knows, and all the physicians that I know and nurses that I know, we understand the fact that the costs are too high, too many people are uninsured, and there's a significant problem in health care. But what the Obamacare represents basically is a government control of the health care system. I mean, if you look at the bill and you look at the amount of leeway Health and Human Services has to create new regulation to control the health care system, that's just the wrong approach. I mean, I think we need a private sector approach with tort reform, with expansion of HSAs. We did need some insurance reform. We need to be able to buy insurance across the country, things that will create competition in the healthcare industry that will drive down the cost. There's just a basic philosophical difference between Obamacare and what I think needs to be done. Let
me move you on to one other issue. You guys are already controversial today. Your freshman party, this big party that's going to go on, Leanne Rimes is going to perform. I think it's $1,000 a head. No, it's $2,500 a head to get a ticket. Is this the right tone to be setting when so many Americans are out of work having financial issues?
Well, I'm not attending the event, and I don't know much about it. I do think that we need to set a tone in Congress to show the American people that, we understand that people are hurting out there. The proposals today are going to show that, that we're going to cut the budget of the House of Representatives by 5% to get things going. We understand that people are hurting. We need job creation, and that means putting policies in place that help the private sector instead of hurting the private sector. So I'm not attending the event. I don't really know exactly what the event's about.
But maybe your party got it wrong. Maybe your party got it wrong and shouldn't have had that, scheduled this thing.
Well, I think, as you know, in politics, fundraising is part of being in the Congress. And, it's a necessary evil to raise funds to get the message out to the American people. And so I think that this is even though I'm not attending it, I don't think that this shows to the American people that we're not receptive and we don't understand that people are hurting out there. But it's necessary to get the message out that you have to have the funds to do so. Right. I believe our message of helping the private sector, getting rid of the Obamacare, even though we understand that the Senate and the White House may very well not act on the Obamacare repeal bill, probably won't. But I don't think it's a ceremonial vote or anything done for political reasons. The American people spoke. My district has told me, and I understand that Obamacare is not liked by the American people. Almost 70% of the American people in my district.
We'll certainly be seeing that.
It should be repealed.
We'll be seeing that next week, and we'll be watching it eagerly to see what happens. Congressman, congratulations